We're going to get some history out from this blue truck. I'm going through my photo gallery here because this is about the only way I can document some of the stuff that's been done to this truck. March 10th, 2018, I seen this thing, and we'll show you some of the photos of what it looked like. You're probably going to laugh. This thing was on its last leg. I mean, the next place it was going to head is the dump. The 351 modified that was in it ran good. Had to do a lot of things to it. The oil was half mud. I'm surprised it even ran for as long as it did, but I'm glad it did because I might have given up on it. I 3-linked the truck at the end of 2018, more like the beginning of 2019. It was terrible for crawling up rocks and driving in the mountains and stuff. It rode better than the leaf springs from the factory, but still wasn't no good. After I 3-linked that truck, it was still a 351 modified gas motor for about a year and a half. And we had that truck in places that amazed me. This truck's very capable. It came factory with an MP205. Transmission's a little bit weak just because of the input shaft diameter. We started realizing how capable this truck is, and I like the wheelbase and stuff. I decided to throw a 4BT, a 3.9 Cummins in the truck. I really didn't know what I was in for. When I put that 4BT in there, my torque numbers went through the roof. I really realized how capable it could be. I still have the high pinion Ford Dana 44 in the front, which has been a great axle. The only problem that I've had with that axle was blowing the shafts out. I put chromalite shafts in it with Yukon U-joints, and since then I haven't had a single issue. I was running 38 by 15.5 tires, and we were bouncing up some stuff and being pretty hard on it. I haven't had a problem. I'm going to continue to run that axle. We've trusted it. And I got my geometry right. I lengthened my links on my 3-link up front significantly. Now they're right around 4 feet long, which may or may not be too long. It looked great under the truck. It functions phenomenally. So after we got the 4BT in there and the longer links, I really, started using this truck for things that most people probably wouldn't do with a full-size truck. We'd go up and find some trails or find some old town sites. Most of these trails aren't even suitable for a four-wheeler, so trees were just tearing the doors off. The windows were getting broke out all the time. It was ugly. So one day we decided, let's pull this truck in the shop. Let's make everything right. Let's throw an extended cab on this single cab chassis, and let's just build it right. We pulled everything: engine, transmission. That was a bare frame with coilovers and a front axle, rear end obviously sitting on leaf springs still. Stripped the frame down, did all the necessary notching work for the new cab, got it mocked up, got it bolted down. We got the engine transmission transfer case in. We got custom drive lines made by a company out of Elko, Nevada. They hooked me up with a couple thicker drive lines front and rear for this truck, and we're going to see how they do because the wheelbase, it's almost inevitable that we're going to high center this truck and ruin drive lines a lot, but that's just part of what we're doing. I've been working on a cage on the inside of the truck since August this year. It's taken me a long time to get this cage right. In the meantime, we identified that we don't want to run the coilover towers that we have currently on the truck right now, which would have been nice to know before we got all the front of the frame painted and took all that time getting it all cleaned up, the motor in. So we're going to cut those out. We're going to run an engine cage, and we're going to run the front coilovers into the engine cage and integrate it all into one so there's no missing pieces, so it all flows. There's also going to be some functionality advantages to that. The coilover is going to be much stronger when it's not pulled all the way out of its housing at full droop. That's going to tie into the inside cage. We're using the stock 79 Lariat seats. They're really cool looking. I was kind of against running bucket seats just because of the comfort and kind of the just old school feel of the bench seat. We're just going to run lap belts in this truck, just basic stuff. So when we're out not using it to climb up washes and be crazy, we can go explore, and it's a good reliable truck. We got the roll cage all tied to the frame. The back half will be tied to the frame right behind the cab, and the rest of that's getting chopped off. It's a big commitment, but we're going to do it. It's going to look better, and it's going to be more of an accomplishment when it's done anyways. We're going to get to the point where we can go through each and every detail with you guys, show you a lot of what we do outside of just working on projects down here at the shop. We try our hardest to get out and do the things that we enjoy doing. It's a really small community here, there's not very many people, there's not very much to do unless you go out and do it yourself. So what we do is we get out in the hills, screw around, go find cool stuff. My brother, he's been working down here with me for about a year now, and he's building a 96 Jeep XJ. But I can't believe how capable that Jeep is after the work that he's gotten done to it. So you'll see a lot of that as well in the next upcoming videos. We'll do some walk arounds and show you kind of like what we're doing when we do go out and do stuff. My dreams and goals are to eventually one day race in an off-road racing competition of some kind, whether it be desert related or like the King of Hammers. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna shoot for those things. I would love to build my own truck and wind up on a course like that, racing. It's kind of what got me into what I'm doing today. So I'm gonna stay focused on that. In the meantime, we're doing these badass little projects, just passing time, you know, learning our lessons from experience, and we'll get this truck on the road. And I'm not sure what the next project's gonna be, but we'll get something going.